Oh, what's up fellow sci-fi nerds, I'm your host Dr. McKay and welcome back to another breakdown video. Today's ship breakdown is the Destiny from Stargate universe. I'll be covering all aspects of the ship from the design, the weapons, engines and so on. I'll do my best to provide accurate information on the ship with all the information sourced from the show directly or found on the internet. I hope you all enjoy the breakdown, and if you do, please feel free to like, comment and subscribe to help support the channel. And on that note, I want to thank all of you that have already subscribed to my channel. We have already reached 100 subscribers, which is amazing, and I can't thank you all enough for supporting this channel. So thank you all, and now on to the breakdown. So let's cover the history of the Destiny. The history of the Destiny is a rather interesting story, so let's break it down. More than 50 million years ago, shortly after the Alterans, or better known as the Ancients, built the first Stargates, they made an important discovery while studying the CMBR, or the Cosmic Microwave Background Radiation. The discovery of a pattern in the Cosmic Microwave Background Radiation, the Ancients recognizing that the pattern could not have been natural in origin, they concluded that its presence suggested an order to the universe, never thought possible, or possibly some kind of message embedded within the CMBR itself. However, the structure or message was fragmented and could not be recovered in one piece, so the Ancients decided to devote the efforts of an entire generation to the destruction of the Destiny and its companion seed ships, for the purpose of which was to find and reassemble the fragments embedded in the CMBR, to understand and possibly complete the structure or message. However, due to the Ancients' ascension later on, the project was left forgotten to time, until the humans from Earth discovered Destiny in 2009. But I'm jumping ahead, so let's head back to the construction of the Destiny. The construction of the Destiny and the seed ships was undertaken in an orbital shipyard above Earth millions of years ago. The seed ships were built first and launched automatically before Destiny to explore and chart a path through the various galaxies, seeding stargates along the way. It is not known how many seed ships were launched, but each one possessed the ability to gather resources in space to aid in the construction of new stargates. And with advanced sensor arrays, each seed ship would scan star systems and find habitable planets to set stargates on, and gather other data to then be relayed back to the Destiny to help it navigate through the universe. Destiny, like with the seed ships, was launched on autopilot with no crew on board. It set out from Earth and headed towards the Pegasus galaxy, and over the millions of years since launch, it has travelled through countless galaxies on its quest to understand the structure within the CMBR. So with the history of and the reason for the Destiny's construction, let's go over the ship itself. So the Destiny is quite a large ship, coming in at a length of 747 meters long and a width from wingtip to wingtip of 518 meters, with an estimate height of 130 meters. The ship's design shape is unique, being relatively flat and triangular in shape. The left and right sides are markedly concave, while the aft portion of the ship is convexly rounded. The ship is very long and becomes more narrow towards the bow. The entire aft section of the ship houses the engines, with 16 individual units capable of both sublight and FTL, faster than light travel. The ship also has two reverse engine units situated here for slowing down and reversing the ship. The ship's FTL travel is very different from the hyperspace travel that majority of the races in the Stargate show use, with the difference being that Destiny remains in normal space while exceeding the speed of light. This form of travel is less efficient than hyperspace and is possibly the first form of FTL that the Ancients used before hyperspace travel itself. So in a nutshell, this is how FTL works on the Destiny. Destiny, protected by its shields, propels itself past the light speed threshold in an instant to obtain speeds greater than the speed of light. How much faster is unclear, but given the time it takes to travel across the galaxy or the void between, I would say roughly 10 to 50 times the speed of light. Possibly more. This method of travel comes with risks, however, as the Destiny is traveling in normal space. This means that stars, planets, and other space phenomena can interact with the ship, meaning that the Destiny has to chart a course through space using the data from the seed ships. This is to avoid stellar phenomena like stars and planets. However, Destiny can protect itself if a star is in its path by dropping out of FTL on its own, and then just flying past it to then continue on its path, as seen in the show. But due to flying in normal space, Destiny cannot fly at FTL without its shields, or with the shields below 5% strength, as seen in the show. This is probably due to space dust or particulate matter in space that can destroy the ship at faster than light speed. Another reason could be the shields to prevent time dilation, acting like kind of like a warp bubble, allowing the ship to get around relativity at light speeds. Also, the FTL engines must remain active for 4 hours after a jump begins and be inactive for at least 3 hours when they are disengaged. Engaging or disengaging the drive within those respective windows can result in catastrophic damage to the drive and possibly strand the ship in space. So now with the engines out of the way, let's talk weapons and shields. So, the ancients knew that space was very dangerous, and with this knowledge equipped the Destiny with a range of defences. These included 3 main weapon platforms of energy pulse cannons, which include the double-barreled turret, which are located all over the ship. These provide close to mid-range cover against small to medium enemy ships. These turrets can rotate 360 degrees and with an elevation of 0 to 90 degrees for maximum coverage. The next weapon Destiny has are larger triple barrel cannons. These cannons are for use against larger enemy ships and deal more damage than the small double barrel cannons. These cannons are fewer in number, numbering 8 in total, being situated in the middle and at the rear of the ship on the top and the bottom sides, located here. These cannons are the main ship-to-ship weapons and are like the smaller cannons rotating 360 degrees with an elevation of 0 to 90 degrees. However, the next weapon is probably the main, or at the very least, the strongest weapon Destiny has for engaging large enemy ships. This next cannon has 4 barrels and is located at the front on the underside of the bow. This cannon needs deploying before use and does not rotate, meaning that Destiny needs to point towards the enemy target to fire the cannon. It does, however, have the ability to elevate downwards. This cannon is extremely more powerful than the other cannons with a longer range. The only downside with the weapon systems are that they use a lot of power, and as Destiny is very old, the power it has does not last long, meaning any engagement can't be long and the ship risks running out of power. Next we have the shields. Destiny's shields have 3 functions. 1, covering any damaged area of the ship exposed to vacuum on the hull. 2, to allow the ship to travel at FTL without being ripped apart. And 3, for defense against enemy attack. The shields are not Asgard level strong. They're more possibly gold level strong, given that they are yellow orange in color like the gold shields. Just my comparison, but this is while in combat. The shields act like most shields, diffusing the energy of weapons that attack it, but are less efficient at defending against physical damage like a kamikaze ship, as seen in the show. However, in this battle, the shields were reconfigured to resist the drone's energy weapons, and so due to the shields being focused on a particular thing, it was weaker to another instead of being well rounded to attacks. And like with the weapons, the shields use up a lot of power, so in a fight, Destiny can only engage for a short time. This opens up dangers of being destroyed if a fight starts soon after Destiny drops out of FTL, because of the time needed before returning to FTL. So it's best to avoid conflict until after the countdown clock expires. This allows for Destiny to escape if needed. Also to know, again, Destiny cannot jump to FTL if the shields are below 5% due to risks of structural instability without the shields. The shields also protect Destiny from the intense heat of a star when it refuels, which brings us next to the power supply. Destiny was designed to travel through the universe, never to return to its original start. So the ancients came up with a very clever solution to power the Destiny through the universe, allowing the Destiny to never, in a sense, run out of power. Destiny is designed to use the power of stars as a fuel source. So Destiny, to refuel, will literally fly into the photosphere of a star, mainly a G-type main sequence star like Earth's own star, and while inside the star will deploy ram scoops on the underside of the ship that will collect the stellar material from the star, which in turn powers the ship. Destiny stores this material in the form of power or energy in battery-like units. However, due to Destiny's age, it can only store up to 40% of its original capacity. But while in the But while in a star, Destiny has access to basically limitless power, which could be used to dial Earth, but at great risk. Destiny can decide on its own when to refuel, and thanks to the seed chips, it knows where the stars are along the path. Destiny will also auto-deploy the ram scoops whenever in a star, like when the Destiny followed a seed chip into a star to avoid the drones in the show. Also to note, in the comics, Eli figures out a way to use the ram scoops while in FTL to gather additional stellar material to be used as additional power at flight, increasing the range at which Destiny can travel without refueling in a star. So with the power explained, let's move on to the crew areas of the ship. So let's start with the bridge. The bridge of Destiny is located on the top of the ship. It extends up from the main ship, allowing for views of space. It also retracts in combat to protect itself. The bridge can only be accessed with the master key code, and once acquired, the ship can be fully controlled from the bridge, even allowing the ability to override the autopilot AI. The next important room on the ship is the gate room. This room houses the Stargate, which allows the crew to gate to various planets for supplies along the path in space. The next important room is the chair room. This room holds an early version of the ancient control chair. This chair allows direct access to the ship's computer via the mind, but is very dangerous to humans not as evolved as the ancients. Other rooms on the ship that are of relevance to ship control are various computer interface rooms scattered around the ship. These provide basic ship control and computer access, but do not allow for direct ship control like the bridge does. Other rooms are crew quarters for the crew, a mess hall for eating, many cargo holds, a domed garden for growing crops, armories for storing weapons, environmental suit storage rooms, a hydroponics room for growing plants for the garden, a communication room for the ancient communication stones, observation deck for looking out into space, 3 shuttle pads located on the top side here, a water storage room that holds water tanks, the Kino dispensing room that dispenses Kinos, an infirmary for medical needs, many shower rooms, various science labs for science, various stasis rooms that hold stasis pods that cryogenically freeze a person in suspended animation for long durations like between galaxies, and the most important room on board the Destiny is Brody's bar for getting drunk. You know what I mean. There are probably more rooms yet to be found on board, but these are the main ones seen in the show. Destiny also has a docking port for docking with seed ships. This is positioned on the underside at the front of the ship. This feature allows the transfer of data and power between the two ships. So with all the crew compartments done, let's talk about the other features Destiny has, starting with the AI system. The AI system has complete control of Destiny's course and can even interact and learn from the crew. The AI's main mission is to follow the journey and gather data, but it will cater to the needs of the crew, stopping in range of planets the crew needs resources from. But the ship's autopilot wants to continue the journey at all costs, so it will only give a set time between stops for the crew. However, this is later overridden by unlocking the bridge. The AI can also interact with the crew by presenting itself as an illusion or by manipulating the crew's dreams for various purposes. All in all, the Destiny AI is extremely advanced and has kept the ship going since launch, accumulating knowledge along the way. This aspect, though, in my opinion, gives the AI the potential to grow and evolve and become more than what it was, possibly giving the AI some sort of sentience, making Destiny alive in some way, but this is just my thoughts. So quickly going back to the shuttles, the Destiny has 3 shuttle pads, meaning it had 3 shuttles at launch, but by the time the humans from Earth arrived, there was only 2 shuttles remaining. One was damaged and the other one was usable. Later on, after repairs to the damaged shuttle, it was left behind on a planet. However, it was later returned to the Destiny by an unknown power in pristine condition, giving Destiny 2 shuttles again. Later on down the line, the first usable shuttle was later used to travel to a nearby planet to gather supplies, but it was lost when it crashed on the planet's surface, leaving Destiny only with 1 shuttle, the restored one. Later on though, when there was 2 Destinies due to a temporal event, the second Destiny gained another shuttle, giving the Destiny 2 pristine shuttles. However, later on down the line in a battle with the drones, the crew came up with an idea to autopilot one of the shuttles to destroy a drone ship by overloading its engines, bringing the remaining shuttles down to just one left. So there we have it. I think that's everything about the Destiny I want to cover in this video. If you have any other questions, please ask them, and if you want me to cover something more specific, please comment that as well. This has been a fun video to make, so please feel free to like, comment and subscribe for more. I have been your host, Dr. McKay, and thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Cheers and goodbye.